A flash, a shock. That's the post-plant utility right now from ZETA. As the damage comes in, Bazzi trying to take down Crow, can't quite get it. Bronski pushes up, finds him, Laz backs away. Sugar Zero, however, playing from the back, goes ahead, finishes him off. Now again, Bazzi in a position to try to clutch, taps it, knows where he's at, and Sugar Zero has the headshot. A triple kill from him, and ZETA will take the series with 13-8 in the last map of Haven. A second match win for the Japanese squad, yet again denying Global from getting themselves onto the leaderboard.
There is depth to this squad, for sure. And they are absolutely starting to get their form back. This ZETA that we have been wanting to see again since the beginning of 2021. This ZETA we have been missing so dearly is beginning to find its form. And to beat GE on Haven here, a map that GE has looked insanely good on so far in the Pacific. What a statement here from ZETA. Shaky start once again, but they're able to recover, and it's depth all day long.
I mean, I'd have to check the final figures, but going into that last round, he had 29 kills. Might have been able to drop 30. If this had gone to overtime, I think we would have seen the Newland record set, just stealing it away from Fun. Yet 1 week later, either way, we cannot sing enough praises about Dep in his performance here today. What impact, the likes of which have not been seen from him, from realistically anybody on this team. 10's impact in their last set versus RRQ. We haven't seen this in months. This will be a heartbreaker, unfortunately, for the side of Global. Just got the last few pieces of their roster here into Korea. Decide not to play with them this week, say, you know what, we need some time. And I agree with that.
Yeah, I do
need
too.
to reacclimate.
I do too.
And given what we saw from them versus DRX, this seemed to be the right decision. But unfortunately, ZETA showed up in a way that we have not seen from them in so very long.
This is tremendous for ZETA, heartbreaking for GE. I mean, again, I talked about it earlier, but to be so close so many times here and still not find a win, to consistently push teams on every map they play. I mean, they rarely have a miss. You know, it feels like they're always in it. And to come up short once again, it's brutal, it's heartbreaking for GE. Still, you know, gutsy performances, they never look out of sorts, they never look unprepared, they always look so strong. But going up against some of these titans here in the Pacific is just proving too much so far. By the way, Dep, I got the stats for you. 391 ACS, 29 kills, plus 17, an average damage per round of 241.
That's just insane.
Bonkers.
I mean, what more can be said? Dep,
Good.
I mean, just showing why he has been called the child of God, as you mentioned. What an incredible series from him. The last map, obviously, under the microscope by itself, insane, but the whole way throughout, Dep was finding impact. I want to look at his first kills, first deaths. You got that for me?
First kills, first deaths, yes, sir. Just 5 and 3 on that map, actually.
Okay. So,
But overall, he had 15, and he was like plus a lot.
I think he might have been like 15 and 7 or something.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, so yeah, nuts. Absolutely nutty performance there from Dep, and we will have an interview with him in a moment down on the floor. We're just getting things prepped, and then we'll get to hear from him. But man, I got to tell you, again, I think no one really anticipated this. William was the one person on talent that did go for the vote, so
I was just so bought into the way GE played against DRX.
Yes.
I was so sold on that. I'm like, okay, this team now has kind of figured it out. If they can push DRX like that, certainly.
Again, I don't think anybody can fault.
No.
You know, the predictions.
I wanted
there.
to pick ZETA, but I was too confident in what I've seen from GE, if I'm being honest.
They get themselves a second win, and if they can continue on this road, playoffs on the horizon, and perhaps maybe even Tokyo.
That's the real
and that's
goal,
what
right?
it's all about.
That's what we want to see. I mean, you know, you would love to have a Japanese team at Tokyo, no doubt
Absolutely.
about it. I mean, I'm so tickled. I mean, I've had the pleasure of being able to cast Dep across multiple different esports, and to see him perform like this once again is truly a treat.
That it is. Well, we are ready for the interview, so we'll go ahead and throw down to the stage where Dep is standing by.
The whole team has been stepping up the game. ZETA is on fire. I'm here with Dep of ZETA. Okay, congratulations. It's your second victory of BCT. I mean, you guys managed to stay focused even in the late game. How do you do that?
画面を見すぎないようにすることかなです。
Okay. And to the next question, like after last week's match with RRQ, I mean, what did you guys discuss with your team, and do you think that led to today's victory?
少人数制のところで、ちょっと修正を加えました。
Okay, so you said that you get many lucky moments while playing the game at the like interview before. Like, what would be today's lucky moment for you?
今日はちょっと思い当たらないですね。
Okay, maybe right at this moment in the interview.
でも敵の球をエースのシーンで平分の敵の球すごい避けれたんで、それラッキーだなって思いました。
Okay, thank you. And the fans are really thrilled for you. Any words to fans?
またギリギリなんとか勝ててよかったです。いつも応援ありがとうございます。これからも頑張ります。
Well, ZETA division, they do it. They stay in the running. They're keeping the hope alive for all of the Japanese fans that have been cheering for them, I mean, since the beginning, right, of ZETA division's kind of birth in Valorant. And now they're delivering once again 2-1 victory over global esports.
It's freaking amazing. I'm not even mad that our predictions are wrong. Like, Will is super.
No, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you know,
you did it.
You did it.
You're the man. You did
listen,
it. Wow.
Listen, I gotta give a shout out to Victoria. There's something in this seat, all right? We just
Yeah.
get super brain
I wanna
power.
sit
The
there.
prophecy.
I'm
It
gonna
happens
move
in
that
this
chair
seat.
over here when
No,
this
it's
show
all about
shuts.
that. But I mean, ZETA, they talked about in the interview as well, right? It was about keeping that focus. Dep kind of explaining why he keeps putting his head in his hands. It's just to keep his eyes kind of not focused on the screen, but rather kind of resting whenever he gets a chance.
Whatever you need to do, like if that helps with your eyes not feeling so strained, do it more, because whatever it's doing, he's performing so well right now. Look at that, 29 kills, 12 deaths, 390 ACS, and a lot of first kills. Not only that, I mean, he had some crazy performances. Clinton was saying that he had an average damage of 241 per round. That means you killed at least 2 players every round, maybe 2.5.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the armor situation, right? You're always good for 1+, maybe 2+.
I mean, he just played so brilliantly. I like the fact that we kind of learned what the reasoning was behind him, like looking like this.
Thank you, production. Can we just everyone screenshot this? Yeah, leave it. Leave it on Twitter once again at Will Chober. All right, thank you very much. Go ahead.
But seeing that he needed to rest his eyes, and then that gives him the ability to then kind of zero in more when it's actually time. That's kind of cool. I wonder if this is a pattern we might see from other players and try to pick up on habits of success here in Valorant.
Yeah, I mean, listen, endurance is a very real thing when you're playing a best of 3, sometimes a best of 5 if you get to that point of any type of tournament right here in Valorant. So great to see that Dep's figured out what's working for him. But let's be honest, it wasn't just about keeping the focus like all the way to the very end. He was just popping off at the beginning of this map on Haven.
Yeah, in fact, we have a great highlight if we could throw that on screen here. This moment where, I mean, just the instinct here. Watch how this starts out. He's pushing right down into mid. He takes the turret out, gets the kill. That cues the second player, sees the spikes down, and backs away. Immediately turns to window, and knowing that the spike is probably going to be attempted to be retrieved, he gets it right over there. And then he actually gets the ace just a little bit later on here. Shortly after this was all said and done, we see the push come in.
Yeah, absolutely, right? His teammates just trying to distract him for as long as possible after the spike's been planted. And, I mean, Dep, but you called it, right? The instincts, right? He knows even if the turret spots me, that's right when they're going to swing. He's kind of used to what are the usual setups that players do here. And Dep's able to carry that round. Now, to be fair, I mean, he had such an insane scoreline that he kind of stands out, but the other players were performing just as well in Haven.
Exactly, and that's the other highlight that we have. I mean, so many crazy performances, but also it's these sorts of things that inspire everyone else on the team to kind of step up, and it's going to be 10 in the next one where he actually anchors down a site perfectly, because you can hear and you know the utility's coming your way, but 10 instantly doesn't run away. He throws out a nanoswarm just to cut off the site in half, gets the first one, of course, with the help of Pro, but look at the way he actually maneuvers around this one box, the way that he stays on the site with the Phantom at close range just to swing and really block off global esports. It's rounds like these that really give ZETA the momentum to find that big 8-4 at the end of the first half. And by the way, at the end of the first half, Dep had 20 kills, 5 deaths only. He has come alive. He's awakened. This is Dep's server, and we're just watching him pop off.
Yeah, I mean, we're just living in it, right? I mean, 20 kills in the half. That means he only needed 9 more in the second half to round out Haven and finish the map. He carried them so hard in the first half, and of course, he was our key player on Haven once again, you know, continuing off of that Ascent play. The stats, we keep mentioning it, but on top of that, I mean, First Bloods, the pure number of it wasn't, like, insane, but it's good enough. And on top of that, if your KDA is 2.6, I mean, you're doing your job.
Yeah, I mean, not just the number of kills, but the way he got him. And this is, again, giving hope to the Japanese fans. Perhaps we are going to have ZETA playing over here in Tokyo. I mean, it's been a rough first 2 weeks here. We've had some rocky games from the Japanese teams, but they're starting to pull together. And one of my takeaways so far is that overall, it does seem like all these teams are pretty strong. They can all handle, or hang, I should say, even with the very best of the best. They're producing great games.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. I've seen, you know, some of the fans that are watching this game as well just talk about, okay, like ZETA, your mechanics are there. Like, it's so good to see this potential. Now, just, you know, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and we can actually have full faith that this team might show up at Tokyo.
We want that full faith. Of course we do. But yeah, there are always these little things that need to be fixed, and I think that's kind of what has to be said for Global as well. They did have a really good performance. They still managed to find some rounds in this map, but you can see that there's just that little gap that has yet to be closed. Whether it's going to be closed because of the Indian players coming in, SK Rossi and Lightning Fast,
yeah,
maybe.
Sure.
But there is something to be said there, because you really do need to win all of these maps, all these rounds, all these games even, because I'm sorry, but the score is not so good. It's 0 wins and 3 losses for Global so far. They've had some tough opponents. They've had some tough showings, but they are still improving. We just need to see that a little bit more. And meanwhile, for ZETA, incredible, because that's the thing, right? Analysts, we can only talk off of stats and performances that we've seen so far, but when you have players like Dep who can step up and really just evolve mid-game, it really creates this whole paradigm shift that no one else can really predict.
Right, yeah, I mean, again, the explosiveness coming in handy. Now, GE, sure, close games, but they're going to need just a bit more. Now, let's kind of wrap up the whole best of 3 then. I mean, our MVP, surely, it's got to be Dep, right? I mean, he was a key player for both of the map wins coming out from ZETA. And there's his overall scoreline. Again, this is across 3 maps.
They couldn't have done this without him, but yeah, he really delivered. I think I like what you were saying earlier, Quack, that he's developing and changing kind of in the games there. And you're right, we can only, analysts can only make predictions off of some numbers, but when you see somebody evolve and grow in front of your eyes, like I think we saw Dep do here in this series, it's really something incredible. And I think it just shows so much promise in the weeks to come of Valorant matches that we're going to have.